Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Kastas Pell, and I'm glad to be doing another video with you guys. So let's get straight to it. Today I wanted to talk about the lotus. The lotus flower is a wonderful symbol when representing life, death, and the connection between life and death, and that's very key to me. The lotus is grown through the muck and the mire and can spring forth even from being planted feet deep. It will still blossom as a geometric masterpiece. And the lotus is a beautiful symbol to utilize within your own craft. Okay, and there's a reason why it's a beautiful symbol to utilize in your own craft. You can find this symbol in many different pantheons, from Hinduism to Christianity to Buddhism. But the key thing that it represents is the cycle. Okay, not just life and death, but the connection that they have towards one another. It's like a never-ending dance of Shiva and Parvati. Okay, that dance of creation, preservation, and destruction. And that's the cycle. That's what the lotus represents. And that's why I find it such a beautiful symbol. Okay, like when it comes to the Egyptian pantheon, the lotus is associated with the rebirth and the sun, Ra. The Egyptians also believe that the lotus flower and the sun had one thing in common, which was that it would disappear at night and come back in the morning. And because of that, the lotus flower also symbolized, the creation aspect of it. But it also shows the death aspect of it. When it comes to the ancient Egypt, like in the hieroglyphs, they talk about, especially in the Book of Dead, in the Book of Dead, they talk about how they can transform a person into a lotus flower, which I find pretty badass. The lotus also is a symbol of the unification of Lower and Upper Egypt. So it literally is a symbol of the unification of the upper and lower parts of Egypt, of bringing both sides of the coin together. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what the lotus is a symbol of. It is a symbol of not just the solar and the lunar aspects of the cycle, or both sides of the coin, but the connection between the two. You can even find the symbol of the lotus in the Hindu pantheon heavily. Okay, heavily. You got it with Goddess Lakshmi, Saraswati. You have it with Brahma. You even have it with Durga. Okay, different aspects of Kali deal with the lotus. The lotus has a beautiful depiction when it comes to the Hindu pantheon. Especially, I like to use it for Lakshmi. Like if I'm going to work with the spirit of Lakshmi, if I want to create a space for Lakshmi to flow through my realm, my space, my shit. Long story short, I like to place the lotus candles that I do have, and I place it on water, because if you guys seen my previous video, which I will do my best to link, talking about the goddess Lakshmi, she moves like water. Okay, she moves like water. And that's how abundance and prosperity moves. It moves like water. So just like water has its own cycle. So what you're doing when you're working with the lotus, you're tapping into parts of a cycle, different aspects of a cycle. So if I want to create a space for Lakshmi to bless me with her abundance and her money and her laughter and her wellness of a home, then I'm going to place like a lotus candle inside of a little bowl of water, because I want to be able to retain some of that abundance, but still respecting the part of the cycle where, the water will come in, but the water also leaves. You know what I mean? So you have to, it's like giving acknowledgement, giving respect to these primal deities. So the symbolism of the lotus is not a simple one. It's very much not a simple one, but it's a necessary one. And to tune more into the symbol of the lotus is not only going to benefit your work, but your journey, but your magic. Okay, it's going to benefit your magic so much more. And when it comes to the symbol of the lotus in Buddhism, now you have a lot more to talk about. Like they literally you can gauge your spiritual journey with a different color lotus. All right. For example, the blue lotus in Buddhism is a symbol of those who have just started their spiritual journey. But the pink one, the pink lotus, is actually for enlightenment of the highest order. Okay, it's like associated with Buddha. So when you're doing work with the lotus, if you're working in the Buddhist pantheon at all, and you want to, obviously in the Buddhist pantheon, you want to be more like Buddha. So, the pink lotus seems like a great idea in order to invoke that energy. Feel free to work with the colors of the lotus. Feel free to tap into those colors of the lotus. The white lotus, represents fertility, knowledge, beauty, grace, wealth, things like that. You even have the red and pink lotus, they kind of differ, but in generality, you can just talk about the red lotus. It has a very, generic idea when it comes to its symbolism, which is fine, but you can use that for passion and love and sensuality, empathy, sympathy, things like that. So it definitely aids you in working with the different ideas of the lotus. But remember, in the beginning, when it comes to the lotus has been around and it's been working through pantheons for thousands of years. But the lotus itself has been around for millions of years. This is an ancient plant. The history of this plant carries immense knowledge. It's a medicine. It's a symbol for spirituality. It's a symbol for reincarnation. There's so many different parts of the lotus and symbol that can be utilized in our own magic. So why is it a great idea to implement this into our craft? The cycle is represented all around us on this physical realm. Primal energy is what you want to work with when dealing with your magic. It's like the fresher your ingredients are, the better your food will taste, okay? The same goes with your magic. The energy was always there. The spices are always there, okay? However, there's a difference from buying ground pepper from Kroger and grinding your own pepper. You're gonna taste the fucking difference. And that's why I like to talk about creating your own craft, because this is going to be your own craft. Not the shit that I'm doing, but the shit that you're doing. Okay? It's about improving your own fucking craft. There's rituals and there's spells going on consistently around you 24/7. Okay? You can go to a courtroom in the process of a judge summoning you to that fucking altar to claim your fucking name. That's part of a ritual. There's rituals going on everywhere, and they already have their intricate, detailed way of how to work their own craft in the courtroom. So my point is, I hope I'm not divvying away too much here, but my point is, take care of your craft. Hone your craft, your own fucking craft. You want to be able to understand your own magic. You want to be able to take your time and understand what you're doing, why you are working with certain things, why you have certain candles, why you're using certain herbs. So take your time with it, you guys. You got this. So when talking about the lotus in itself, I do carry these beautiful lotus candles, all the colors you ever wish for. You can choose your own color. You can have one solid color or multiple colors. I carry them all, and I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy these candles. They burn beautifully. You get to still enjoy the aesthetic of the candle once it's done, and it's a perfect addition to any type of offering, sacrifice, ritual when working with the Buddha or deities from the Hindu pantheon, even the Egyptian pantheon heavily. Like, you can definitely invoke some deities, invoke change, invoke a spiritual journey. You can definitely work in your magic when it comes to the lotus. The lotus isn't the actual thing that we're dealing with, but it's the intent behind the lotus. The purpose and the meaning behind the lotus is what we're using. So it's hard to find blue lotus. I mean, you can find lotus flowers many places. The blue lotus is like one of those that are just hard to find. They're a lot more rare than the other lotus flowers. But even if you can't find a lotus, the symbol is what's important. So that's why I do have the candles available. You are more than welcome to visit my store, a Corner store, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be happy with what you find. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for tuning in.